I believe that we'll just save example 2 to do in class, and we're going to skip on over and look at some calculator problems and then some word problems. So for example 3, solve using a calculator, solve and round the solutions to the nearest hundredth, and we're going to be using the quadratic formula. So here we've got A is 5, B is 4, and C is -2. So we're going to have that X is equal to -4 plus or minus the square root of B squared. So that's going to give me 16 minus, and I'm going to write this 4 times 5 times -2 this way. And I'm going to do my multiplication in parentheses. That's really not going to matter on your calculator. And then it's all going to be all over 2 times A, so 2 times 5, which is 10. So I'm going to get out my calculator and we'll put that in. Okay, so here it is. So I'm going to go to the calculator and enter that. So I've got the scratch pad there and I'm ready to go. So I want a fraction, so I'm going to control and hit the division and get that fraction. That way I don't have to think too much. Then I have a -4. I'm going to do it 2 times. I'm going to do it once. I can't put in plus or minus. I'm going to do first the plus, and then I want a square root. So that's over here, control the x squared. So square root. I've already done 16 minus, and I'm just going to do 4 times 5 times -2. And then I'll come down here to the denominator and put 10, and then we'll push enter, and we'll get the answer 0.348. And we want to round it off to the hundredths place, so we'll round the 4 up to a 5. So our answer will be 0.35, and I'll come back in just a second. In fact, I'm going to write that down. X is equal to 0.35. Now we want to repeat it with a minus. Now what you can do is just use your up arrows, if I can do that over here. Use your up arrow and go up to, you see where I've got that highlighted. If I push enter, it repeats it. So I don't have to copy the whole thing over again. And once I do that, then I can come in here and change that plus to a minus and enter, and I get the other answer, which is -1.148, which I'm going to round up to -1.15. So -1.15. And that's how you do that. All right, so you can see my answers here. X is equal to 0.35 and X is equal to -1.15. So give those a try and see if you can get this on this. I'm going to put here, well, you can see it says practice, but try those. All right, hopefully you're finished with that. So example 4, 2 hikers, Bob and Kathy, start from the point of intersection of 2 straight roads. So we've got 2 straight roads here that meet at right angles. Bob walks 2 miles per hour, so I'm going to call this Bob here. And they leave him from the intersection, so he's going this way. And then Kathy walks 3 miles per hour along the other road. So here goes Kathy here. So Kathy goes along there. 2 hours later, Kathy starts walking 3 miles per hour along the other road. How long after Bob starts will they be 10 miles apart? So at some point, their distance from here to here is going to be 10. And you can see that forms a right triangle. So we need to come up with something that represents Bob's distance and something that represents Kathy's distance. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to do a chart. Miles per hour times hours equals miles. And we'll have Bob and Kathy. Bob's walking at 2 miles per hour on one of the roads. 2 hours later, Kathy walks at 3 miles per hour. So here's our miles per hour. So if Bob walks for X hours, Kathy, who started 2 hours later than he did, is going to walk 2 hours less than he does. So the distance that Bob walks is going to be 2 times x. So I'm going to multiply across. And Kathy, I'm going to multiply across here and get 3x minus 6. So 2x is going to represent Bob's distance, and 3x minus 6 will represent Kathy's distance. So I'm going to use the Pythagorean theorem, and we'll put 2x in parentheses squared plus 3x minus 6 in parentheses squared is equal to 10 squared. So we'll need to multiply those out. I'm going to get 4x squared. I need to FOIL this, so that's going to give me 9x squared minus 18x minus 18x is minus 36x, and then plus 36 is equal to 100. All right, so now in order to use the quadratic formula, I'll need to change this to standard form. So we'll add these and get 13x squared. These should have been both minuses. Oh, no, this is a plus. I'm going to have a minus 36x, and then I'm going to subtract my 100 and get negative 64 is equal to 0. Now, I don't know about you, but in my mind, I was going, woo-hoo, that is going to be one tough AC method. However, we're not going to be doing the AC method, right? Because we just learned the quadratic formula. So we will apply the quadratic formula to that, and I'm going to let you do that at home. And again, you can use your calculator for this one. So do this at home on that. And we'll move and do example 5 in video 3.